Picture this. Your wife is sitting across from you at the dinner table. You've suspected something for weeks. The late nights, the secretive phone calls, the way she can't quite meet your eyes anymore. You lean forward slightly and say just one simple phrase. Within seconds, her face goes pale, her hands start trembling, and you can see the panic flooding her eyes. She knows the game is over. Today, I'm going to share with you 5 phrases that can make a cheating wife panic and confess everything. But here's the thing. These aren't just random words. They're psychological triggers that tap directly into the female mind. And when used correctly, they're incredibly powerful. I'm going to give you insights that most men will never learn. But before we dive in, please hit that like button. It helps us reach more men who need this information. Subscribe to our channel and drop a comment letting me know what city you're watching from. This helps us create content that's specifically tailored for our community. Now, why should you listen to me? Because I understand female psychology from the inside out. I've counseled hundreds of couples, and I've seen how these techniques work in real-life situations. What I'm about to share isn't theory. It's practical knowledge, based on how women actually think and react when they're caught in deception. Stay with me until the end, because the last phrase I'll share is so powerful that most women break down and confess within seconds of hearing it. But first, let's start with the foundation. Phrase number 1, it's crazy how small this world is. Guess who I ran into? This phrase is absolutely brilliant because it creates the impression that you have information without revealing your source. Here's what happens in a woman's mind when she hears this: instant panic. We immediately start running through worst-case scenarios. Who could you have talked to? What do they know? How much trouble am I in? The beauty of this phrase is in its vagueness. You're not accusing her directly, but you're planting a seed of doubt that will grow rapidly in her mind. Use this casually, maybe over breakfast or when she comes home from work. The key is to deliver it in a conversational tone, as if you're just making small talk. Why does this work so effectively? Because uncertainty is a woman's worst enemy. We would rather know a painful truth than be tortured by the unknown. When you say this phrase, you're essentially telling her that someone in your social circle might know her secret. Her mind will immediately start calculating risks and wondering if it's better to come clean now rather than be exposed later. And this is just the beginning. The next 4 phrases are even more psychologically devastating, especially the third one. After hearing it, 90% of women start making excuses or contradicting their previous stories. Phrase number 2, I think you know why I'm asking. This phrase completely flips the script. Instead of you having to prove she's cheating, you're implying that you already know the truth. As a woman, I can tell you, this creates immediate panic because it shifts the burden of proof. When you say this, you're essentially communicating that the evidence is already clear, and now you're just giving her a chance to explain. The psychological pressure this creates is enormous. She's no longer wondering if you suspect something. She now believes you know for certain. The key to using this phrase effectively is in your delivery. You need to say it calmly, looking directly into her eyes, and then give her time to respond. Don't fill the silence. Let her sit with the weight of those words. Watch her body language. You'll likely see her fidgeting, looking away, or starting to stumble over her words. Remember, women are naturally inclined to explain ourselves when we feel cornered. This phrase corners her mentally, making her feel like she needs to say something, anything, to fill the uncomfortable silence you've created. Phrase number 3, before I hear it from someone else, I'd rather hear it from you. This is where things get really interesting psychologically. This phrase creates the illusion of choice while actually backing her into a corner. You're essentially saying that discovery is inevitable. The only question is whether she'll control the narrative or someone else will. As women, we hate feeling like we've lost control of a situation. This phrase gives us the sense that we still have some power in how the truth comes out. It's like offering a lifeline while simultaneously revealing that the ship is already sinking. The timing of this phrase is crucial. Use it when she's already feeling defensive or when you've noticed inconsistencies in her stories. It works because it implies that you have multiple sources of information and that her secret is already compromised. Here's what's happening in her mind. She's thinking, if he's going to find out anyway, maybe it's better to tell him myself. At least then I can control how he hears it. This internal dialogue is exactly what you want to trigger. The next two phrases are the final knockout punches. If the first three haven't gotten her talking, these will definitely crack her defenses. Phrase number 4. Something about your story doesn't match up. This phrase attacks the foundation of her deception. When a woman is lying, she's usually constructed an elaborate story in her mind. She's rehearsed it, refined it, and convinced herself it's airtight. This phrase shatters that confidence. By saying this, you're telling her that her carefully constructed lies have holes. You're not specifying what doesn't match. And that's the genius of it. Her mind will immediately start racing, trying to figure out which part of her story might have a flaw. The psychological effect is devastating. She'll start second-guessing herself, wondering if she mixed up dates, times, or details. Did she tell you she was with Sarah when she actually said Jennifer? Did she say the meeting ended at 8 p.m. when her phone shows activity at 10 p.m.? This self-doubt often leads to one of two responses. Either she'll try to reinforce her story with more details, which often creates more contradictions, or she'll start to crumble under the pressure of maintaining the lie. Phrase number 5. If there's anything you need to tell me, now's the best time. This is the nuclear option. This phrase creates an artificial deadline, and women hate missing opportunities for redemption. It implies that there's a window of mercy that's about to close forever. The psychological principle at work here is scarcity. By suggesting that this is her best chance, you're implying that future opportunities might not be as favorable. Maybe you're suggesting that if she doesn't confess now, the consequences will be worse later. When delivering this phrase, your tone needs to be firm but not aggressive. Give her a moment to process what you've said. Don't rush to fill the silence. Let the weight of the deadline you've just created sink in. What's happening in her mind is a rapid cost-benefit analysis. She's thinking, if I tell him now, maybe he'll be more forgiving. If I wait and he finds out another way, it could be much worse. But remember, these phrases are incredibly powerful tools. Use them only when you genuinely suspect infidelity. They can seriously impact your relationship, so make sure you're prepared for whatever truth might come out. Here's how not to use these phrases. Don't shout them, don't use them all in rapid succession, and never use them in front of your children. The power is in their subtlety and your controlled delivery. The right technique involves maintaining calm body language, speaking in measured tones, and giving her space to respond. Your confidence in the moment will either confirm her fears that you know the truth or make her believe you're bluffing. So there you have it. 5 phrases that can change everything. Which one seems most effective to you? Drop a comment with the number of the phrase that resonated most, along with what city you're watching from. If this video helped you, please like and subscribe. We have many more secrets of female psychology that we're ready to share with men who are ready to understand the truth about how women really think. And remember, understanding female psychology isn't a weapon against women. It's a tool for building honest, transparent relationships where both partners can trust each other completely.